Okay, guys, we're live with the news update um, for week, the first week of June. Um, it's actually the past week that we just went through. But these updates will happen every Friday, so tune in every Friday as we update you here with the top stories that happens throughout the week. That's basically all it's about, is the top stories that will happen or you know. So anyway, we're gonna continue. I'm gonna show you some news stories off of news websites. That's how I'm gonna do it here. And I just have a news update here, which was breaking that Donald Trump confirms meeting with Kim Jong-un. But that's a notification that I get on my computer for news. So, but we won't talk about that in this stream. That's not what this stream is about. I'm trying to cut back on talking about Trump. It's not good what he's doing, so we won't talk about him. Anyway, we're gonna continue here. I'm gonna screen share and show you some news stories. So yeah. So while I screen share, I'll put my thing on the side view as I just learned how to do. So while I screen share, I'm gonna on this end, I'm gonna so while I do this, so right now I'm gonna show you what I have up here of the news. So yeah, here's the current events. Okay. Latest news and ending of May 2018. Okay. Okay, what's the rapture? We don't need to know that. Telegraph. This is the UK. I'm gonna look at this. They have latest news, I guess, from the UK. So yeah, that's just today. He confirmed that meeting with Kim Jong-un, but we won't. I'm trying to save, on talking about Trump lately. Anyway, we're just gonna look at the news. Really, all we really need to do is look at the news, and then we'll find out what has happened throughout this week. So, yeah. I never used this website before, so just be patient. So here is world news. Where am I? Politics. This is all from today. So this is very current, what we're looking at right now. I want this load. It's still loading, so yeah. Anyway, okay. Cartoons. 31 May. This must be in world news. Um, the world news section, the page is scrolling in a weird way because it's still loading. So, actually, this is a science section. So, this was detected for news, the Holy Grail. So, you could really look up these stories online. They're there. Um, I'll just read some of this right here. A new blood test able to detect 10 types of cancer years before a person falls ill could become available on the NHS within 5 years, scientists say. So that's a little bit interesting that this happened in the news. Um, so that just happened. This is at the Telegraph's website we're using here. It's just called that. That's the headline on that page. So you can always check that out. Just Google search that. That's on my screen. So yeah. Um, okay. Just gonna check my sound. Um, okay, so my sound is good. Anyway, let's look at another website here. See what we got for news. Let's see if CTV News has some current and latest news for us. They usually have some things, typically mostly on Canada. So we're going to check their news page out. Okay, everything of this thing is popping up, but okay. Sorry, guys. I just been, uptight about Trump lately. Anyway, this is live on CTV, so just throwing that out there. That will be live in the news, so that's always good to check out. So yeah, we're gonna we're gonna try to ignore politics because that is a little devastating at this time to think about. So in this stream, we will try to cut out the politics news. Um, it can get hard to watch sometimes, and we just don't want that. Okay, is there a video here? I don't want to show their videos. So they probably will copyright me for that. So anyway, this is another interesting news story that has happened yesterday. Step aside, goat yoga. There's a new dog in town. An Ottawa area yoga studio has introduced puppies to the yoga class in hopes of adding the smoothing effects of pet therapy to exercise. So, yeah, you can always read the rest of that. That's on the CTV News website. I do not read all these, the whole thing because it's not my websites. It's major news organizations' websites, so you can always read that when you get a chance. But let's hop over to Fox News. If you're in the new US, this is a good news source to look at. Besides CNN, so we don't like CNN. Fake news. Anyway, yeah. I'm gonna try not to show other YouTube channels on this stream, but if we have to, uh, then we're not going to because they show video. Um, so yeah, Fox News has some entertainment news here to look at. celebrity news. Celebrity news. Yeah, I slipped my word there. Anyway, Fox 411 snap of the day. This is 5 hours ago, so this is very current for news. This may not be all top news, but just bear with me. This is my first news update stream, so yeah, we can always, you know, look at that like that. So anyway, this stream, I'm only gonna make this like an hour long. It's not gonna be a very long stream, so I probably won't get to all the news. If you're expecting me to cover a story, you can email me ahead of time at theflagguy64@gmail.com if you want me to say a news story at the end of the week. I may not stream these videos, these news updates every week, because I can do more when I edit the video. Like I can cut parts out and stuff. Sometimes I make mistakes in my videos that I can, easily cut out if I can edit them. So yeah, maybe some news updates I'll do as edited videos, uploads type thing. And I can just throw that together when I, do update, do edit it. I can throw together the news stories as they come along throughout the week, so I can, record myself throughout the week doing news topics. I may not be able to screen share if I do edit videos, but I will try very hard to do that. Anyway, did we go look at that story that I was just on? I don't think I did. I think I just skipped it. Okay, so what was this story? I don't think it really showed up in the broadcast here. So the country singer rocked a sheer. That's, yeah, I ain't gonna read that. Like, that's sliding to it. So yeah, that's just a snap of the day. It's not a news story, guys. Sorry about that. I am not very familiar with Fox News of all the news websites. So yeah. Let's see what's in for lifestyle this week, because the reason why I am on Fox News website here longer than what I did the other ones is because Fox News is a major news source. They cover news all around the world. We really appreciate Fox News around. It's better than CNN, but I'm not gonna, the stream's not gonna be me, giving CNN pressure, but because I don't want to get in that type of relationship with a news company. But anyway, instead of me rambling on, news stories are all down the page here for lifestyle. We're going to look at this one. Angry shark takes South Carolina fisherman's kayak for a 10-minute spin around Murrells Inlet. Never seen that before. Anyway, the big oil shark. A shark took a fisherman for a spin last week when it grabbed a hold of the South Carolina's line and wouldn't let go. Rob Birchmeyer was sitting in a yellow kayak in Murrells Inlet when the large creature took the bait and dragged his boat around for roughly 10 minutes. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Like you'd never think that would happen, but sharks can do a lot in the water. Uh, yeah, I'm just gonna read another line here, and then you can, if you're interested in this story, you can search this up. It's on Fox News. That's the URL. If you ever make out with that, that's a long URL. But anyway, he's angry. Birchmeyer complimented to his friend Mike Ketchman, who caught the wild catch on tape. So yeah, that's part of that story. I won't read all that. It's always up there, guys. So if you want to look at that story, it's always there. How about we now take a look to another lifestyle story? This may be a little too current for news, but bear with me. This is my first stream. Next week, I will be more prepared, if that's what you want to call it, for this stream. But yeah, so that's that. Anyway, royal wedding. There's more news on that. So yeah. Okay. I will read some of this story. This is a royal wedding. 12 best dressed guest. Yeah. So this is kind of interesting. It's on Fame 10, fame10.com. Obviously, the best dressed person at Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding, but was the bride herself. But there were a number of guests who attended who also looked pretty good. Here are the 12 best guests at Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding, and we will read those names for you because I ain't that mean, and I ain't gonna just go and say, oh, just go research it to find out the names. So, yeah, here you go. Pippa Middleton. What a crude looking name there. Pippa Middleton, that's her. Yeah, one of those two. I don't know if it's a woman or a man. I never heard that name before. But anyway, there's a story about her. And you can always pause this stream to look at what I got highlighted here and read over it. So yeah, that's her. That's number one that was dressed. There may not be a number two. Yeah. Yeah. View on one page. Okay. Opera is another one. That's the second one. Is Opera. That's her, I think. And this is not too current for news, I wouldn't think. The royal wedding happened a couple weeks ago, so it shouldn't be that current. But yeah. We won't view yeah. I was almost ready to say we won't view all of them because I thought I couldn't find any more names on here. Like, I never used this site before, so just hang in there with me. I'm learning as I go. Kelsey Devi is another one that dressed pretty good. These are interesting. Like, I would never have known that there's actually the good and bad people that dress. Like, for me, I'd say all of them dress pretty good. But this website's really narrowing it down. I got a feeling that there's going to be like hundreds of names here. So we won't go through all these, just, to be safe. There may only be 9 or 10. I don't know yet. But this is a last name. Or, yeah. Well, yeah, this is the last name I'll be reading because it says next page. So, Jaw Jose Stone is another one. So I highlight that there so you can pause the video and read that. But I'm only reading the names, like I said. I won't read the news stories. So yeah, just read that over if you have a chance to pause the video. But yeah, for more news like this, subscribe, like my videos, share this video on Google Plus. Other than that, don't bother sharing it because I don't like it getting all over social media I don't even have. You know, that can be a problem if I do find out that you've been doing things on social media that I didn't want you to do. So yeah, don't do that. Not that you should be scared of me in any way, but it's common sense. Like, anyway, we're gonna start to wrap this up already. It's 8:35 p.m. at night. I'm only going to 9, so there's still another about a half hour left. I'm really narrowing this stream down because I am kind of lost. Like, I don't really know what to show you for news. This is like my first week that I did this type of news, and so yeah. I'm just looking through here to get back to the main page. We'll look at another CTV news story. Okay, so this looks like a top story, and it is a video. Now, I'll only read the first part of this, and then you can go right to CTV News after and look for this headline right here. You can Google search that, type that in the Google search bar, and then put like CTV News beside it, and it will pop right up. Or I think you just put the headline itself, and it will pop up as CTV News. This is CTV News. If you aren't familiar with this news source, it is based in Canada. I don't think they have it in the US, but they do cover world news on the site. So that's good. It wouldn't be too big of a news source, you wouldn't think, if they didn't cover the news for the world, because people wouldn't look at their pages so much. But anyway, police have arrested 3 people and are searching for 3 others in connection with a vandalism spree in Hamilton, Ontario, in March that resulted in an estimated, my wording isn't that good tonight, and an estimated $10,000 in damage to a local business district. Yeah. So that's that. You can read the rest by Google searching this headline again. I will not read the whole news story here, but you can just always, Google search that. I see they also put hot topics up here, and they have immigration and Lotto 649 as one of them. Or yeah, a couple of them. So which one do we pick? Immigration or Lotto? If you're in the chat, write in the chat, and we'll kind of debate, because immigration is yeah, it's politics related, and I'm not doing that anyway. So Lotto wins. Lotto wins. I declare Lotto the winner of the election. No. No politics, folks, tonight. Anyway. So this one's the lottery. Whew, it's a lot of money. 30 million jackpot, rare. Rare, yeah. That's very rare. Why I didn't say that word, guys, I don't know that word. I haven't really seen it before. But yeah, you can read over that headline right there. You can Google search it if you want. Okay. This is in Bridgewater. This photo was taken place. That was a Lotto 649 display, is seen in Bridgewater, Nova Scotia, October the 3rd of 2014. Yeah, so just take a look at that picture. Somebody is, I think, got themselves a win. I can't read these things, but anyway. This is kind of distracting me. So if you want to check out The World of Dance, that's a new season on CTV. That is tonight at 10. I don't know what time zone that is, but don't ask me, ask CTV. So this is in BC. Someone in British Columbia who had the exceedant. I hate these words. That had the rare luck of winning the lottery has also been granted the rare privilege, I've seen that before, of what the lottery administrator is calling, and there's another couple words I don't know. So yeah, it is hard for me to read this stuff sometimes, because these words are new to me. I haven't been in the world that long. I'm still pretty young. So, not every word I'd come across that is pretty huge. But, yeah, you see that battery thing. Yeah, like always, I gotta go and get the charger, so it'll only take a second. Okay, so that's all plugged in. So this story is available at the CTV News website, BC Lottery. You can always access it a lot quicker by clicking up here on the hot topics on their banner of their website. So yeah, we'll look into Canadian news, because that's news that I don't get enough of, and I'm right here in Canada. So we're gonna look into some Canadian news as I get away from the U.S. news here. Toronto police release. We won't look at that one. That's only in Toronto. We're gonna make it so it's like Canadian, like all of Canada. Oh, look at this. This is exciting. So really, I am really looking into the interesting news for you, because it makes it a lot funner to look at. So these are rescuers of a whale. A giant leap So, yeah, I will not play their video, as they do have copyrighted, intros in their videos as their news. So, we won't do that. Um, a trapped orca who was tangled up in a buoy and struggling to breathe has given its rescuers one whale of a thank you. Uh, Kenneth Simpson and Suzanne Amber were fishing in the waters off the eastern coast of Vancouver Island when they noticed a killer whale tangled in the wires of a buoy. To be fair on this one, I will read the whole news story for you. So, okay, here we go. I'm really putting myself to the task. um, They called 911 and were rerouted to Paul Cottrell with the Department of Fisheries and Oceans. Killer whales don't have the stimula of the larger whales, so definitely time's always a factor with any entanglement. Cottrell told CTV Vancouver Island. Cottrell and his specialized team of whales rescuers quickly arrived on the scene and were eventually, um, you know, uh, eventually able to free the orca. We went in close and were able to work with the buoy, put some tension on the buoy, and the aminal act, uh, actually rolled out of the entanglement. He said, once freed, the orca, once freed, the orca offered its thanks with what many whale watchers dream of witnessing a giant leap and splash as it swam away. It was definitely a free willy moment, Amber said, with a report from CTV Vancouver Island, Scott Cunningham. Um, yeah, so that's that whole story. So you won't need to research that because I was sort of lazy to read it. But anyway, uh, let's just put me back here. So if you have any news stories, email me again at theflagguy64@gmail.com. Uh, that's my email that you can email me at, or my website. You can contact me from my website's contact page at theflagguy.weebly.com. And that is /contact, or easily you can find it at the top of my webpage, where all the tabs are to the pages that say home and other things. You know how websites are. I have that on my website, so you can easily click on contact at the top and access my page easier by doing that. So yeah, that's an easy way to get, two easy ways to get in touch with me. Another way is Google Plus. You can post on there to me, and I will get the post. I do have Google Plus. How am I streaming this on Google Plus Hangouts when you know I have Google Plus because I can't be doing this what I'm doing right now on Google Plus Hangouts. So yeah, just get me in contact with me in those three easy ways. May not be easy, the last one may not be easy if you don't have Google Plus. So two ways if you don't have Google Plus: website and email. Um, that was kind of weird the way my fingers go into the camera. So, 2 ways if you don't have Google Plus, and 3 ways if you have. Uh, anyway, we're gonna show you another news story here on the fly, guys. So I'm gonna do that by putting you on the view where this screen sharing is happening. So yeah, we are yeah, that's weird. Uh anyway, Canada Post. This is another news story. I may go over 9 o'clock since I've only been streaming this for 39 minutes. So yeah, I'm just trying to get this an hour long. Um, I say sorry to myself for having to be on air over the 9 o'clock period because I have a show to watch actually at 9, but I can wait off on that. Don't worry about me. Canada Post, CUPW, given 90 days to settle rural, rural urban pay equality dispute. Uh, I know I read that wrong, but don't judge me on that. I think it's just because I'm a little nervous doing this stream. I usually can read pretty well, and when I get stuck on words, you notice I go back and I read over them and try to get it. So yeah, that's just me when I read. So we're gonna read the first couple sentences here. This is from Ottawa. It says Canada Post and its biggest union have been given until the end of August, that is August 2018, to reach an agreement within a long standing pay uh, uh, equal e- equality dispute that could end up costing the post office millions of dollars. So yeah, you can find that page here if you Google search this and continue reading that story, and maybe you'll get this word better than what I read it because it's not all the time I get stuck with words. That's very rare that I get stuck with words. I'm a very good reader. So anyway, that word there, I didn't see it in my life, but we're gonna move on. Um, so yeah, this guy's got some gray in his beard. Uh, SCC majority sides with censored former Bree ex-lawyer Joe Groya. This is a Supreme Court of Canada. So this may be a little bit of politics, but hey, at least it ain't the US. Um, yeah, because the US is being greedy right now, since Trump is really trying to be an idiot to Canada, but that's not really going to work out. So this is also from Ottawa. The Supreme Court of Canada has dismissed a series of complaints against a lawyer who was found to have breached the rules of civil courtroom behavior during his aggressive but successful defense of a man charged in a billion-dollar Bre-X mining fiasco. Yeah, that's that piece of the story. If you want to read the last parts of the story, just Google search this headline about him, and you'll see the rest. It looked like he has shaved in a week. because I think that guy shaves. I think I've seen him before. Pretty darn shaved good. But we won't talk about beards and that. It's not what this is all about. That's a pretty weird topic anyway. So anyway, BC girl, we'll do this one. I was looking at this earlier in the stream and was thinking, oh, that don't look too big of news, but I guess that was a big story this week. It made it to CTV, so we'll read this. Okay, they do have a warning out for this story that contains disturbing details. So if you don't want to hear this, just shut the sound off and wait till I get off this story because I won't be reading all of it anyway, so it may not be needed for that case. I will only read this line. I was going to read the both this one and this one, but since they have that warning in place, I will only read this one. So this is BC, Terry BC. A 13-year-old girl has died after catching fire at a backyard fire pit in British Columbia, leaving her family searching for answers about what exactly happened. So that first sentence may be a little tough to read there for some of you out there, but it I'll tell you, it don't really bug me. But there's viewers out there on here that are they don't like hearing that stuff. So that's gonna be all that I can read. This is who died in the fire. Very young girl, 13 years old, innocent looking child. She died because of her backyard fire pit. And I have a fire pit at my house, and I don't want to see that happen to anybody around here. Be honest with you. BC girl dies after hair catches fire. So you can always Google search that headline. This whole headline here at backyard fire pit, and you will, if you want to read this story, it's pretty, I don't know, I could say graphic sounding, but I'm not really sure if that's really a graphic, um, story. But anyway, that's that story. Going to move on. Okay, this can be a little more disturbing for a news story. But let's just see if they have a warning. If they do have a warning, we will get off of this story. Okay, there's no warning. First responder at Quebec mass shooting dies by suicide. The mass shootings happened back. I really don't want to Google search this, but I do remember these. This is pretty bad because I can't remember exactly when they happened, but it was something big here in Canada when it happened. So yeah, this is only last year, 2017. So yeah, that's a mass shooting. So I'll read some of this. The family and friends of a Quebec City paramedic who died by suicide following a 2017 mass shooting are calling for improved mental health services for first responders. That's interesting because you wouldn't think first responders, would like to commit suicide. They do. There's one, just recently I've heard of someone that I knew. He said he went to a funeral, I think, of a paramedic who has committed suicide. But it's just actually a guy that goes to my church that told me that he had to attend a funeral. But anyway, I'll read the next sentence now. Adrienne LeBlanc, 31. LeBlanc, that's a French name. That sounds like she's from Quebec, so I can believe them on that. Adrienne LeBlanc, 31, was described as a highly social, outgoing, and dedicated paramedic, but her mother, Lucy Roy, told CTV Montreal she was never the same after the shooting. I will read some more of this because I am making it interesting for you to listen to me when I follow up on this story. She had all the signs of somebody with post traumatic stress. Roy said from her home in the Magdalene Islands, she had difficulty sleeping because her schedule was all damaged. She worked many years at all times of the day. I'm not sure she was realizing it. Uh, so yeah, you can read the rest of the stories. It's a pretty long story. I'm not wanting to read the rest. But here is about a first responder again that died. She committed suicide after those devastating shootings in Quebec that has happened last year. It was a mass shooting, but we won't give you details on that. You can always Google search that stuff. It's always up on the web about that shooting. There's information. So, yeah, this is the title to it. First responder at Quebec mass shooting dies by suicide. So you can Google search that, and it'll pop up as CTV News, and you can continue reading that news story. But we will continue. This is basically just top stories. It may not be recent, it may be like current news that just came out, but we're giving you something here. Please don't give me pressure if you're not liking what I'm doing. Please, no hate comments on my YouTube channel. You know, I haven't had trouble with hate yet. I hope that I don't. Hate is not something a person wants. We Nobody wants people hating them, and I don't want it on this YouTube channel. So if you want to write in comments or questions or message in the live chat, just be sure that hate comments will be removed if they are seen by either me or one of my moderators. They will be removed, and it will possibly you'll probably be blocked. So don't hate on me. That paramedic, the reason why she committed suicide is because the shootings just landed on her the wrong way. Like she couldn't take it in. As I like to, understand by the shootings. But we're gonna continue with this news today. And just remember that paramedics can be suicidal as well. You'd never think that because paramedics need, they want people to stay alive. They want to help them out. But I guess they want to go kill themselves. If, when it does get suicidal, they want to kill themselves. But anyway, we are live bringing you this news, and I have no lower third. That's the thing. This would be more news, the real feeling with the news. I could have easily put together graphics, but it's the Hangout toolbox. That's the main key of getting overlays in my videos, and I can't do overlays since the Hangout toolbox is down again. Mort's The guy that invented Hangout Toolbox said that Google will eventually take it away, and I think that is happening. I think it's slowly happening, and it's sad to see that. But we'll continue with our live streams. The Hangout Toolbox doesn't stop us. The only thing that would stop us is the whole Google Hangouts. If something went wrong on that. So yeah, if you hear things in the stream, please ignore it. There's things in my there's voices in my house that you may hear, but please ignore them because they're not part of the stream. Let's just put it like that. But anyway, we'll continue to cover the news. I may have to speak louder. That's one way that we can prevent all the noise that happens around me sometimes. I like to know how to block that out of my streams. As I know there's technology that can out there, but I have my door closed, so that's one good thing to say for the sound. Anyway, but we'll get back to the news. 5 more minutes left, and I get to go free. I am coming on live again though, but I will reschedule that live stream to 10:30. 10 o'clock I'm having a stream on a word church. It's called Full House. So tune in later on while I cover the news here. The last news story, and then we'll end the stream because I like to get to my channel promotions, before the very end of the stream, before I have to turn the whole thing off. And I do have to remember to put up a screen that I may have to make right now. I can easily do that. Just wait, guys. I gotta prepare myself for the end of this broadcast. I know this is different, guys. I really don't come prepared. Just a little change up here of my screens. I'm kind of writing in some things. Okay. Yeah, why I made that face is my keyboard on this computer doesn't work well, and it's getting annoying. Okay. Of course, I would just eventually throw this computer out. But it's a good streaming computer, so I keep it. So that's my little rant. Anyway, so we had the screen ready that I can easily put up for you. So we're going to show you one more news story, and then we'll end the stream. The end of the stream is coming. There's only like 2 minutes left before an hour is up, but we can go a little over. It's not like a really 1 hour. But anyway, we'll continue. We will look at this one because the Toronto police, they've had an innocent, a tragedy of a guy ramming a van into pedestrians about a month ago. So this is, I think this story involves that. But again, that news in Toronto has happened a month ago. Of a guy just being an idiot to the public and just going out and just running his van through a sidewalk because I don't know, he just wants to get in trouble. But anyway, we won't talk about that. That's happened a month ago. But we'll talk about this news story rather. So Toronto police release new surveillance video of murder of tech CEO. So this is not involving the pedestrian incident. This is involving a tech CEO. I've never heard this news story before, so let's read up on it. Toronto police still aren't discussing any potential motive in the deadly shooting of a young technology company CEO who was killed earlier in the week. This is actually recent news. This is earlier this week. This happened. Apparently, a CEO of a technology company in Toronto has been killed. So yeah, I'll read the next one and then I will send you off touring this story over the internet. As I try to keep my news stories short and I'd rather not read all of it. So it takes me I don't know. It can get pretty challenging for me, sometimes, figuring out every word and learning how to read it. So, yeah, we'll just read the next, sentence. I'm getting sidetracked again. Matthew Stayakios, a former BlackBerry employee and CEO of a group chat application, Vliplo, was shot while he was walking near Yorkville Avenue and Bay Street in the city's downtown core at approximately 11:30 p.m. on Monday. So one witness described hearing gunshots and then seeing blood flowing from the victim's head. Stakios, 37, was pronounced dead on the scene. Okay. Blood flowing from the victim's head. Now that's pretty graphic sounding. But yeah, so that's just that story about a CEO who was killed earlier this week. Because of a shooting, apparently a deadly shooting. So yeah. So this is Toronto police. They've released a new surveillance video. Again, Google search this headline over Google and type in CTV News right beside this, and you will find it there to view and read the rest of the news story. So that is that, guys. That is our little news broadcast for June 1st, 2018, new month. I hope this month brings a lot of good news rather than bad news. Anyway, we are ending this stream. If you want to email me at theflagguy64 at gmail.com. I'll put links in the description. There isn't links right now since this is live and I haven't been getting the description that organized. So I'll get that more prepared for future viewers when I get off this stream and make this into a video. So check out my website at theflagguy.weebly.com /home if you want to put in /home, but that theflagguy.weebly.com will just take you right there, right? But contact me, on my website. You can also do that by the contact page, the contact form rather, and yeah, so subscribe, like, and share this video from Google Plus. Okay, so like, comment, and share. It's always appreciated. It's a blessing when you do subscribe to this YouTube channel. I haven't really told you this before, but me and my brother have a syrup business named Bear River Maple, and we do have a YouTube channel for that. That's in my channel, right at the top on the sidebar, on my main page on my YouTube channel. That's the flag or the it's called Bear River Maple. That's the YouTube channel. We don't have any videos on that channel yet, but I encourage you to go ahead and be an early subscriber to that channel because that will help that channel out in particular. Regarding this channel, um, you know, my channel, that channel, we can subscribe because they're both good channels. And there's more better things happening to this channel in the future, so you can always tune in. I'm gonna think of new ways to stream live, whether it comes to word searches, to news reports. I'm trying not to put too much news out there from this channel because this channel is not all about news. So I'm gonna end with that. So this channel isn't about news. This channel is about flags. This channel is about other things like word search streams. This channel is about like hanging out outside. I've did those type of videos before, and this video is about having fun. I've did, I might even send out a few tours on this channel in the future. Yeah, if you hear that, please ignore it. I'm trying to talk over it. Anyway, if you hear a tractor, please ignore that too. That's in the background of where I am right now. So before I get too sidetracked, I do want to end this stream with a positive note. We love all of you. And on the positive note, the stream has paused. I hope you still hear me. But okay, that is pause, that end. So I can take you on this view. Anyway, subscribe, like the video, and yeah, that's gonna be that. Thanks for tuning in. Have a nice night. My other computer, yeah, I don't know what's happening. Just let me see. Okay, it fixed itself. So just subscribe, like my video, and it keeps, do you see that? It keeps flashing the news stories that I've had up earlier when I switched the screens. I hope you can't see that, but because that's really messed up. Anyway, I get to actually get the end screens up here before I can sign off. I'm going like 10 minutes over an hour right now for this stream, so we will end this. I don't think I really want to get off this stream tonight. But yeah, we're getting off. I'm gonna have a stream earlier or later on, in an hour's time, very shortly, of doing a word search on a old TV show called Full House, or yeah, I think that's what it's called. Full House. I can double check that if you want me to. It is called, the word search I will do in the next stream is called Full House. I get it bang on. But just subscribe, like my video, email me if you want to contact me. You can email me. You can do it by my website's contact page, just by submitting that contact form once you've reached all the required forms. You can get me on Google Plus if you want to contact me also. At the Flag Guy on Google Plus. Thank you again, and thank you because you're 1 in a million for on YouTube. A tiny channel currently at this time. So yeah, just remember to subscribe, like my video, and thanks for watching.